Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm your pilot wannabe. We're in mid-flight from Melbourne, Arkansas to the Purdue University Airport in West Lafayette, Indiana, with this Cessna 310R that I pretended to buy. Matter of fact, I can show you real quick the ad in case you didn't see part one. Yep. Oh, and we just started getting the Lafayette weather. But yeah, there's the plane. Switch back over here. But we'll revisit the flight plan and get back in the plane, and I'll shut this off in the meantime. So we'll see you there. Okay, back in the sky vector. Yeah, not a lot to talk about. I mean, we know where we're going, Purdue University. I know the elevation and all of that stuff. The simulator ignores two of the runways. Well, two. It's one runway. You know what I mean? The simulator doesn't care about 5 and 2, 3 here. We'll never ever give you 5 and 2, 3. The wind could literally be blowing perfectly down one direction to the other, and the sim will just ignore the fact that 5 and 2, 3 exist. Right now, the weather, the ATIS was trying to tell me to use runway 10, but the wind is coming out of 339, so I don't know why on earth we wouldn't be using 28. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ignore him and use runway 28. But I'll see you back in the plane. All right, so we've got. I'm gonna turn that volume down just a little more. There we go. So we've got some clouds now. Probably should have been an IFR flight for this end of things, because we're gonna have to dip down through those clouds at some point. Yeah, I had to fast forward through some of the crews because I'm running out of time before I have to go to work. Work is annoying. I wish I didn't have to go. Yeah, thinking seriously about taking a couple of vacation days when Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 comes out. It's work. Work's no fun. I mean, I've got the easiest job I've ever had as an adult right now. But that doesn't make it ever fun. It's just easy. All right, we're about to turn on our last waypoint here, the Terre Haute waypoint. Terre Haute. Yep, and there she goes. Been following the course just fine. The autopilot. Yeah, I really like those wingtips. Those wingtip tanks. Very cool. Engines have stayed pretty much the same. Got one cowl flap closed all the way, the other one halfway closed. We've been running there for a while. We were over 200 knots ground speed, like 207. But now I think we've turned back into more of just a crosswind than anything. So we've got let's look here. We've got 18 minutes to our destination. We need to get down to 1,600 feet for a pattern altitude. We're at 9,500, so if it was 1,500 we were getting down to, that means 8,000 feet we gotta lose. If we're going to descend at 500 feet per minute, that's 16 minutes. So we need to start descending in a minute and 45 seconds. So we should consult the descent checklist. All right, only 6 things on my descent checklist. Auxiliary fuel pumps, both on low. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Fuel selectors, both on main. I already switched them to main a while back because we got the tip tanks down near 10 gallons, I think? Well, okay, 12 or 13 gallons. So I switched back to the mains anyway. And if you saw the first part, I was talking about how this plane gets dirty over time. It gets dirty on the outside, but also gets dirty on the inside. And the reason I bring that up is because that empty water bottle didn't used to be there. But now apparently the co-pilot has just thrown her empty water bottle on the floor, which is rude. There's probably more junk on the floor in the back too. Yeah, we got that same leaf and crumpled piece of paper. Anything else new? Yeah, it's all about the same. I think this is the one too that gets a like a paper airplane up on the dash at some point. Anyway, we should get back to the checklist. Okay, fuel selectors both on main. Usually fuel pumps on low, throttles as required to maintain engine temps and speed. Cowl flaps closed or as required for engine temps. Mixtures and wrench gradually as altitude is lost. And altimeter set for field conditions. Alright, and we need to start descending. So, fuel pumps both on low. I know the fuel selectors are both on main. I need to crank this down to 1,600 feet. And let's see, we'll start. Okay, so how do I get it to switch to vertical speed? Hit arm and then do that? No? What if I hit the vertical speed button on my autopilot? There we go. Vertical speed. 500 feet per minute. We're going to goose the mixture up just a smidge, get the EGT closer to peak, and then we're going to pull the throttles back to like 19 psi. Let's see what we get for speed. 189. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't want to go way faster because that'll screw up the timing. I don't want to go way faster or way slower, because it'll mess up the timing. Let's see, put the heading bug back on our heading here. And the CDI needle on our heading, just so all of our ducks are in a row. Okay, so that was it, right? Auxiliary fuel pumps, fuel selectors, throttles, cowl flaps. I should probably, yeah, I'll go ahead and close it. We already got the right engine cowl flaps all the way closed. We'll all the way close the left. Mixtures gradually enriching gradually as altitude is lost. Altimeter set for field conditions. Okay. What did they say the barometric pressure was? See, look, 1339 at 9. Why on earth would we be using... Oh, there we go. Visual runway 28 in use. There we go. This 10 back here confused me. Visual runway 28. Sure. Landing and departing runway 28. Or did it say 10 last time? I don't remember. Anyway, 3008. Now we can shut him up. 3008. Gotta get real close to these. 3008. There we go. I'm not going to mess with the other one. I don't feel like doing both. I'd rather get a drink of my coffee. Okay, switching to the landing before and after checklist is how I made my own checklist for this, so you know, it is what it is. Okay. So, how many miles have we got to go? 40. So, if I'm going to call the tower, I don't really need to yet. They're just going to tell us to do a left base for runway 28 anyway, so I don't think I'm going to bother. Alternate air controls check in. Flaps down to first notch below 158 knots. Landing gear down below 138 knots. Landing gear check 3 green and no red. Lights landing on below 158 knots. Cowl flaps full open. And then on final, mixture full rich, propellers full forward, flaps down full below 138 knots indicated. Approach speed is 100 to 105 knots. That's right, this is one of these that you come in a little fast. If you don't come in a little fast, it starts dropping like a brick. So you have your touchdown flaps up and strobe lights off. Okay, so we will refer back to that when we're a little closer. We got 12 minutes as it is right now. Coming down through some clouds. It's not legal on a VFR. On a VFR, we'd probably be having to try to shoot down hard through that opening there, but we're not gonna get crazy with it. I probably should have just gone ahead and made it an IFR flight and been on instrument the whole way. In real life, I feel like I probably would have. A flight like this, even if the weather was nice for 3/4 of it and it was a little cloudy at the end, I probably still would have gone. I would have gone 9 or 10,000 feet and gone IFR if I was a real pilot, which we all know that I am not. If there's any doubt about that, just wait until you see the landing. Typically, landings are a bit on the ugly side. I should get back to just doing touch and goes. It's been a while since I've done touch and goes, but I don't know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that some off camera before I make the next video with this plane, because as I was saying in part 1, I'm planning on making a bit of a role-playing video. Back in the throttle off right now. Getting it back down to like 19 PSI. But yeah, I'm going to make a bit of a role-playing video with this plane. We're gonna do something a little crazy, and I should probably practice my landings with it for that. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a reconnaissance, scoping out the part of the world I want to fly in for this bit of role-playing fun. Let's see, GT is definitely dropped quite a bit. Let's see if we can raise that temperature back up some. Yeah, you don't want the engines to get too cold on the descent. How are we doing over here? Yeah, they're still good. We only lost a few degrees on each engine, at least on those cylinders. The other cylinders don't. Well, it looks like cylinder 6 is at least as hot as cylinder 3. I like how these computers stay where you put them. 296, yeah, it's just a little cooler. Yeah, doing okay though. Okay, yeah, one day I'll learn how to use those, I promise. Alright, how we doing? 9 minutes. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to bother calling the tower. They're just going to tell me to do a left base for 28, which I guess I could angle over that way some. But I don't know. I kind of think we're just going to head right towards the airport and then turn into a semi downwind and make a base and final out of it then. Yeah, just get a little closer. Oh, the blinking. Set course to 019. That's probably where we're at there, buddy. I don't know why you're telling me this. Tell the autopilot. Autopilot's one flying plane. Anyway. Alright, all is well. Let's see, when we're below, at 158 knots, we can do the first stage of flaps, and we can deploy the landing lights. They fold out from underneath the wings. And then we have to wait till we're down to 138 knots indicated before we can do the landing gear, and that's also the same speed that we can do the final landing stage of flaps. So, I think I end up doing the landing lights usually first, and I'll pop them out like at 160 usually. We're at 5,500, so we've got 8 minutes of descent yet to go. Yeah, so we're about right on it. Guess we could stand to go a little slower. Let's go ahead and instead of just 19, let's back off down to more like 17 psi. See, can we get anything more out of? Nope, that's about it on the. I tried making the mixture a little richer, but the needles popped up and EGT needles popped up and went right back down again. So I want to try to keep the EGTs kind of maxed out to keep the engine temperatures up. But yeah, we could stand to lose a few knots so we're not coming in super hot. Oh, we're definitely in the clouds now. I wonder what the cabin temperature mini game says here. Let's see. It says cabin is comfortable and steady. Well, that sounds promising. What's the outside temperature? So temperature is about 45-ish degrees Fahrenheit. About 11 or 12 degrees Celsius, looks like. Still a little chilly out there. Yeah, I think we'll be pretty much under the clouds when we're at pattern altitude. Oh yeah, and I need to watch and make sure because this autopilot, I don't understand the arm button if it's not for catching the prescribed altitude. When I push it, nothing changes. Nothing indicates that I've armed or disarmed anything. Nothing that I can see, anyway. So it's because I'm on vertical speed now? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I need to try to watch and make sure I don't blow through the altitude I have selected and get too close to the ground. Six and a half minutes to go. Yeah, we're getting under the clouds now. Still enjoying my coffee. I might actually put the CDI needle on the runway heading, just so I have you know, have my bearings. I mean, I've landed at this airport more than any other in the simulator. Oh, that's another thing too. I had to uninstall and reinstall the sim, and I wondered if it kept my hours. I wonder if it also kept all my numbers as far as like how many airports I had landed at. I was almost to 500 airports. I hope it kept all that. I'm afraid to look. I'm really almost afraid to look. Yeah, I'll check after. Oh look, I could do the I could extend the landing lights. Let's do that. Here, as a matter of fact, let's do this outside shot. We can watch the. Wow, that's touchy. We can watch the landing lights come down. Okay. Turn on the landing lights and extend them now. Yep. Yeah, when I turn the landing light switch on my Honeycomb Bravo, it turns the lights on no matter where they are, whether they're up or down, but it doesn't extend or retract them. It only turns them on and off. All right, landing lights are extended and on. Awesome. And let's back the PSI off again to 17. So around 17 PSI on both engines. EGT is totally in the toilet. Let's see if we can raise it up a little bit. Oop, almost. There we go. Best we're gonna do. Engine temperatures are still over 300 on those hot cylinders, so I'm happy with that. 4 minutes away. Let's see, we got I'm having trouble calculating the altitude since we're at just 3,200 and something or another. 3,000, we'll have 1,400 feet to go, which is just under 3 minutes. So we're doing pretty good because we got 4 minutes to go till the destination. So yeah, that's working out pretty good because I'd kind of like to get leveled off and slow down, get the flaps out, you know, so we can be ready with the landing gear and all of that. Well, I'm thinking about it. Since we put the CDI on the runway heading, or at least the generic runway heading, I don't remember off the top of my head what the true heading is of 28. Let's put the heading bug, the opposite heading, to go into a downwind. Actually, I'm going to put it, yeah, just a little beyond the opposite heading to make sure we're not, you know, closing in. I tend to come in a little too close at times, so now 1,000 feet from our, so that's 2 minutes. Yeah, that'll leave us a minute to go. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's see, let's zoom this down in. Let's zoom this down too. There we go. Oh, looking pretty good. There's our fuel. Fuel's fine. Still more than what's in the tip tanks. No warning lights on. Everything's in the green. Alternators are still charging. Let's see, landing lights are on and extended. Actually, I want to put those in the off position, but they should stay on because of the switch on my honeycomb. Yeah, they're still on. Yeah, those 3 position switches, if there's a way to bind those to buttons, I wish I knew what it was. I probably just don't know what I'm doing. We all know that's very, very likely. But if there's some way to bind 3 position switches to physical buttons, I'd love to know what it is, because I've never had any luck with it. Okay, real quick, let's double check the landing. Okay, alternator controls are in. I never messed with them. Flaps down, 158. Landing gear, 138. Check 3 green. Landing lights on below 158. Already done. Cow flaps full open. Yeah, once we level off, I'm gonna remember to open the cow flaps fully. Is the main thing I need to remember. Then on final, full rich with the mixture, full forward on the props. Flaps down to landing at below 138. Approach speed 100 to 105 indicated. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the heading button here in just a second. Yeah, I'm gonna open the cow flaps. Okay, cow flaps are open. Hitting the heading button right now. Going into a downwind. I'm gonna also turn on the taxi lights once I have extended the landing gear. Which, as soon as we level off, I'm going to do that. Okay, extending the landing gear now. And turning on the taxi light. 3 green, no red. We're in good shape. Okay, now I just gotta make sure that we don't lose too much speed. And how we doing on downwind here? Good visibility in this plane. For being a twin engine, I like the visibility. Okay, I'm gonna start cranking it over for the base. I'm just using the heading bug right now. I'm gonna go first stage of flaps, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of throttle so we don't lose too much speed. Yeah, we're getting down to the blue line here. Okay, I'm going full rich on the mixture now. On top of the green on the RPMs for now. And I'm going to disengage the autopilot and go into final. Turn a little harder. I didn't coordinate that turn with a crap. Okay, backing off the throttle. Full forward on the props. Full forward on the mixture. Coming into runway 28. Yeah, I got a pretty good crosswind. Into runway 28 at Purdue University Airport. I haven't started crabbing away, like away from the wind yet. Let's see, landing gears down. Backing the throttle off significantly because I'm still don't have any red lights and the pappy lights yet. Oh, there we go. Dropped into it. All right, giving it some left rudder to try to get the nose pointed forward. Coming in at the blue line. Setting the throttle. Oh, got a little bit of rise out of it there at the end. That wasn't terrible. Okay, flaps up. Not sure I ever went to the landing flaps, now that I'm thinking about it. I'll know when I edit the video. I might not have. Not the worst thing. We had a bit of a crosswind. Probably not a terrible idea to forego the full landing flaps, considering. I'm going to turn the heat off, because we probably aren't going to need it on the ground, at least not much longer. Okay, bumping the throttles up to keep the engines up near 1,000 RPMs. We'll get clear of the runway and we'll look at the after landing and taxi checklist. Okay, clear the runway. Let's see what the passenger thought of my landing. Oh, still in the green. Cabin's comfortable. And look at that, 100% happy. Passengers totally happy with my landing. It was a little on the hard side, but otherwise pretty good. And this isn't necessarily the easiest plane to land. Okay, so after touchdown, flaps up and strobe lights off. Okay, I already did flaps up. Let's turn the strobe lights off. Let's turn the landing lights off. Okay, now taxi. After landing and shutdown. Lights, strobe off, taxi on, landing off. Transponder on standby or off. Transponder on standby, if I can hit it. Pitot heat off. Pitot heat off, trust me. Clearance, obtain, yeah, for taxi, yeah, we're not doing clearance. Propellers full forward, mixtures lean for taxi. Again, I'm going to lean them until I see the RPM just barely start to drop. I don't know if that's legit. It's just what I do. Yeah, there it goes. It's just starting to drop, so lean enough for me. Throttles as required. Okay, now we taxi. Is that the rudder pedals I hear clicking? I don't know. like opening this window. Yeah, it sounds cool. A little off center of the taxiway here. I used to spend this time taxiing, deleting the flight plan, but it's pointless. It's always deleted the next time I fire it up anyway, and I have no idea if that's legit. Like if you have a plane that has this setup, Garmin 530 and 430, if you know, if they're cleared out next time you put power to them. I don't know. I would sort of believe it either way. I really give it a 50-50 kind of a proposition. Oh, the panel's kind of dark here. Remember, oh yeah, the panel lights are these 4 knobs over here. I'm not gonna mess with it right now though. But, we're gonna park in the back. Since I was pretending that I bought this, we're gonna head back to the hangars back there. And park in front of one like we're getting ready to shove it inside. Again, I guess I'm stuck with this livery. Although when we do the role-playing one, we're gonna do a different livery, probably, most likely, because it's not gonna be supposed to be me flying my plane, role-play wise. Let's see. Yeah, well, pretend we're just hitting this hangar here. I might actually hit it with my wingtip. It's close. Okay. We'll call it good. Parking brake. Alright. Shutdown checklist. Parking brake set. Lights beacon on, all others off. Alright. All others are off. Mixture full rich. Throttles idle. Oh, just to test to see if they're working. Yeah, they're still working. Magnetos. Check that engines remain running. Yeah, I wonder where I picked that up. It must have been because I looked at. I didn't come up with this stuff on my own. I found real checklists. Okay. I turned off the left magnetos. Engines are still running. And back to both, and then turning off the right magnetos. Both engines still running. Interesting test. Oh, auxiliary fuel pumps off. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Avionics master off. Okay. Mixtures cut off. And there she goes. Magneto's off. Battery and alternators off. There's the alternators, there's the battery. All switches off. So the, what do you call it? Beacon light is now off. Cowl flaps closed. Oh yeah. The if you have this plane set on all realistic and owned and everything, you have to remember to put the engine covers and pitot covers and everything on when you park it, and you have to remember to close the cowl flaps, or your engines will degrade faster than if you don't. I mean, like they'll degrade while you are not using the plane, while you're not in the simulator. It's crazy. Fuel selectors both off. Wrong way. I always turn them the wrong way. Fuel selectors both off. Wheel checks in place. Braking brake release, and then put all the covers on. All right, so let's open the door. There we go. Bring this back up. Wheel chocks. All right, parking brake release. Then you're supposed to put all the covers on, or it won't, or your engine will degrade faster. So, pitot cover, intake cover, engine cover. I'm not messing with the control locks. I don't think it matters that much. Now, while we're here, services, plane got a little dirty while we were flying it, I could jam this back to clean, and it'll make a little watery sudsy noise, and the plane will be clean again, and it'll, you know, pick up this water bottle and all that stuff. But we're just gonna let it ride. We're gonna let it get dirtier. Here's where our fuel levels are. They should be that way when I come back to it. Over here, status. This is what we want to check when we're done. We want to inspect. And let's see, we've got spark plugs on the right engine are degrading some, and the oil supply on the left engine is degrading some, but otherwise everything is looking pretty hunky-dory. And you did the little wrench symbol if you wanted to fix those things, but we're going to let those things ride as well. So I guess we'll call this part of the debrief, even though we haven't actually gotten out of the plane. Let's see, I don't remember right off where I left the drone camera. Yeah, that's not really a realistic walking height, but we'll get down here and pretend. So there it is, the Cessna 310R from Milviz or Blackbird Simulations, depending on who you talk to. I pretended to buy this one and fly it home. I might pretend that since I have all that money, I've got the money to change the livery anyway. I don't know, or I might just stick with this livery. Who knows? This is a plane that if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would definitely consider buying one. Like I would buy a single engine plane to begin my getting my pilot's license, and I would consider buying one of these when I'm ready to start multi-engine training. So there's that. It's on the list of planes that I really want, and it's a really good model of it in the sim. Very in depth, not as in depth as some, but quite in depth. And I like I like how it gets dirty and stuff like that, and how your engines will degrade if you don't remember to put the covers on and close the cowl flaps. Yeah, it's cool. It's a good one. I usually ask what we've learned. What did we learn? We learned this plane's cool. We learned I can still apparently land it halfway decently, so that's cool. We didn't learn much else. We didn't need to learn much else. This plane's just awesome. So, all right. Well, I have to go to work very soon, so I guess I better wrap this up, and I will see you guys in the next one, in which we will be taking one of these planes for a bit of a role-playing special mission. We gotta get these creative role-playing things out of the way before the next simulator comes out and has career mode and stuff built into it. So, all right, guys, this is Papa Whiskey Bravo signing off. See you in the next one.